Let's go over this. Given f of x is 3x squared minus 2x plus 5, and g of x is 2x minus 1. We've been working with composite functions. Fog here is not an O, and it's not a multiplication. Hopefully you wrote it in a student-friendly way, f of g of x. What does that tell us? You're going to write the yellow one first. Three x squared minus 2 times x plus 5. The class, instead of writing x, you're going to write what? The g of x. So 3 times 2x minus 1 squared minus 2 times 2x minus 1 plus 5. So what we're doing is we're basically putting in this function into your f function. Now we need to expand this, if I can color code this. So 2x minus 1 squared is your FOIL. I don't use FOIL, I use a box. So you have two of those expressions, 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. Class 2x times 2x is? 4x squared. Multiply. Negative 2x. Multiply. Multiply. So now from the blue, we have 3 times the quantity 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. So I just multiplied. That's 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. And then here I'm going to distribute the negative 2. Comes a negative 4x plus 2 plus 5. And then I'm just going to go ahead and distribute the 3 here. Class, what do I get? 12x squared minus 12x plus 3. And then all this just comes down. And then we're just looking for anything that is like terms. There's nothing like terms. So when you guys have a lot of terms, I like to put little like check marks above them to know that I took care of it. Circle like terms or use symbols if you want to. Class, negative 12 minus 4. Is that what you wanted? Negative 12 minus 4? 3 plus 2 plus 5. And that's our answer. I can simplify it, right? Raise your hand if you got that as your answer.
Can I simplify it?
Can you simplify it more?
Yeah.
Is that your question?
All by 2?
If you want to factor out of 2?
No, divide it all by 2, so it's going to be 6x power 2 minus 8x plus 5.
I'm probably going to keep this one because it's kind of like, what's the final answer? And I want to see like a big polynomial. Some hints for you is that when you have an x out here, that basically kind of tells you your answer is going to have an x in it. Okay? Alright, let's try B. Girls, tell me how to write this student-friendly. And girls, what's the first thing? What color? Pink or yellow? Do the pink. Girls, what is the g function?
2x minus 1.
And boys, what do I put in that parentheses there? Boys, what am I going to write there? What is f of x? Boys, how would I simplify that? You don't need the box method here because you're essentially distributing. If you did the box method, it's just kind of like 2, and then your polynomial. And why I keep using the boxes is like it's an area model. It's area. Multiply. Boys, go ahead and distribute. Is that your final answer, boys? Here's a common mistake for students in the years past. They forget about the -1. Don't forget that. So just because you're distributing the 2, don't forget the -1. Boys, when you combine like terms, what do you get? +9. Raise your hand if you got that. Good job. And the last one. Class, how do you write that student friendly? F of, g of 3 now. There are 2 ways of doing this problem. You can just evaluate what g of 3 is. Let's do that. G of 3 equals pink, and every x value you're going to put in our problem, what? A 3. So g of 3 equals 2 times 3 minus 1. Every x value I placed in 3. Simplify. 2 times 3?
6.
And 6 minus 1 is 5. G of 3 equals 5. What does this basically tell us? You're going to be putting in this 5 now into which function? F, right? F of 5 now. So every time I see an x, we're going to write 5. So I have f of 5 equals 3 times 5 squared, I'm looking up here, minus 2 times 5 plus 5. Five squared? -2 times 5? 3 times 25, 75. Minus 10 plus 5.
7. 65.
65 plus 5 is 70. So f of 5 is 70. That is our correct answer. Now, that is the first way of evaluating f of g of 3. Now, question. Which does this look like? Does this look like problem A or problem B? A. Essentially, you could do the same thing. You already did all of this math. This is actually essentially the same, but what you're doing now is you're putting in what? 3 for x. And if you don't want to make an error, you just put it in. (12x squared minus 16x plus 10). Table set. I want to ask me. And then we can put in 5. And the answer is? Uh-oh. Not good. What happened?
It's 3.
Oh, it's 3? Stop. 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 Thank you. Put in the wrong number. 3. And you get 70. Does that make sense? So in this problem, you can do it 2 ways. You can do the function separately, g of 3, and then whatever your answer is, you put it into the function of f. Or you can put it into this one, you can also get 70.